Hello, how you doing? Today we're grayling fishing on the River Itchen. Let's see what we can catch. It's going to be fun. Yeah, Lower Itchen, carrying a bit of water. It's got probably a foot of water on. It's pushing through pretty hard, but we're going to catch some fish. We're going to have a good old trot. Got a big old Avon float on, and big olivettes, big heavy rod. Going to pull me out some trout. The river's carrying a bit of extra water, but it's still nice and clear. I don't think it'll be a problem. It's going to be, I've already had some fish, so I know it's going to be all right. Right, let's cast in. There's a lot of flow, and I'm not messing about. We've got a great big Coram glide float on the hook, on the line, 4-pound line, straight through to a size 14 hook. There is no messing about on this tackle. There's big trout in here, and they're all pretty keen. I'm getting, there's a bite. Ugh, missed it. I'm hoping you're going to see lots of bites today. There's a fish. Oh. Oh no, this is another trout. There's a lot of trout here. And hooking them in 10 yards down in this sort of flow is quite hard work. That's hence why I'm not pissing about. Need some really strong tackle. Good. Got him in there. Now these trout aren't little. That's got to be a 3-pound fish all day long. See what I mean? They're absolutely immaculate fish. Strong, hard fighting, go like a stink. Put it back. Lower it in nice and slow. Away she goes. Oh, how did you miss that, Paul Vickery? I don't know if you saw that trout just come up just then. No. There's quite a lot of that coming up for the maggots. That's why I'm fishing a heavy olivette to get it down on the bottom. I'm hooked into a sea trout. He just jumped about 3 foot in the air, almost level with this platform. He's a goer. They fight so well. You can see him down there. Oh. I'm really glad I've stepped up the gear for today. It's none of this light roach fishing. Look at that fish, he's just pulling away in the current. It's a strong current out there today. Right, he's going to come up in a minute. Oh, what's that? Oh, come here. Yeah. Oh, made a bad job of that. Come on. So hard in this flow. This time. Oh, Paul, what are you doing? Oh, there we go. Oh, that was a lot of effort. It's a stunning sea trout. Look at that. Absolute beauty. What a strange fish the sea trout is, eh? Right, this sea trout's had plenty of time to recover. Let's have a nice look at him. What an absolute beautiful fish. I don't think you could get much prettier than that. Gone out to sea and come back to do his stuff. Lovely fish. Loads of teeth. And away. Not every fish is a whopper. That minnow did really well to... Oh, where is he? That minnow did really well to get that in his gob. Triple maggot on a size 14. Oh, this is a big grayling. See him down in the flow there? What a beauty. Let's see if we can net him before he comes off. Come here, mate. Oh, that flow. Oh, yes. Oh, he's got to be a pound. Got to be. Well, that is an absolute cracker. They don't stand still. Anyway, that's a beautiful grayling. You could wait a long time for one to stand still for you. It'd probably be dead. So we'll put him back. He's easy a pound. Right, I've just put that last grayling back in the recovering in the net. Let's just go through the tackle. So I've got my Lower Itchen reel. I've loaded that with 4 pound Maxima. Really quite strong for me. And then I've got one of these Corum glides. These Corum glides, it's a 5 gram. It's a bit bigger tip, but there's so much flow. So I've got 4 rubbers on there. And then that's going down to 4 gram Olivet. And then I've locked that either side. It's a slight inline Olivet, because the other ones that you just put the little pin on, they tend to come off. So I've locked that with 2 number 6s, and then I've got 2 more number 6s, and then number 8 just above 6-inch hook length of 4 pound line to a 14 hook. So, and I think that's, I can't remember what hook it is, but it's big and strong. And so loads of maggots. I might use a bit of corn. They seem to, corn does well on these sort of waters. I'm not sure why, but yeah, might try a bit of corn, because I bought 10 pints of maggots just for today, and I was expecting to not use them yesterday, but I ended up lashing in loads of maggots yesterday. But let's carry on fishing. Hopefully that grayling's recovered. Right, I've had that grayling in the net recovering for probably 10 minutes, but he's fully recovered now, which is good. It's a nice fish, getting on for a pound. Let him go. Come, mate. There he goes. Quite often when you put them back, they turn belly up, so don't be too hasty at put grayling back. Anyway, I've moved down swims. I'm fishing next to John Gore. He's the best matchman in our club, and this nice swim, I've had chub out of here before, and first cast I've got myself a chub. Beautiful chub. I wasn't really ready, so I didn't have it all set up, but it's about 3 pound, and I've had a grayling, so we'll see if we can catch some more. Yeah, just like most of my fishing swims, it's another challenging swim. I did fish this and had a chub out of this in my last video down here, itching to go fishing. There'll be a link up in the top corner. But there's a nasty downstream wind, and you've got to get the bait in. It's a short trot, so you've got to cast up to that bush without putting it in it. That's why I've gone for a bigger float today. And get your bait out quick, and then get your line, the boat, because you're casting upstream, get the boat ready before it goes to there. So you've got to do all this in about 10 seconds, I think I'm going to end up feeding before I cast out, just to make it a little bit easier. As much as I'm ashamed to admit it, these corum glides are good because my eyes are shit. There's a trout. I think it's a sea trout. Jumped out of the water. I was just thinking about changing. Oh no, it's a grayling actually. It's a grayling. What do I know? I was just thinking about changing to a smaller hook because the 14 is a bit. Oh no, it is a trout. It is a sea trout. It's a little sea trout. Changing to a smaller hook because I'm not catching that many trout. They're not being too much of a pain. And I can't be particularly subtle with a 14. I'm sure there's chub down there that are keen. Yeah, anyway, let's change over. Right, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. What shall we go for? We've been using a 12 on a 14 mil. That's big bad boy stuff. So, oh, I haven't got any 15. There's an 11 on a 16. It's a bit light. 22 on a 12. Oh, sod it. Let's go for a 12 mil. It's a tiny hook, but it's 12 mil. That'll be alright. I bet we'll get a bite first cast on that. Yep, bite first cast on that little hook. Oh, come off. That's the joy of a little hook. Let's hope he hasn't snapped me. No, still on, but this hook does seem bloody tiny. But yeah, going from a 12 to a 22, it's quite a dramatic change. But 12 to a 22, bite straight away. It's all right, very well, thinking there's no fish in there, but there's probably loads of fish in there. They're just not having your bait because it looks too uncouth. Point proven. I might have to tie a nut some more hook lengths, like an 18 or something, because 22 is just a bit silly. But I don't mind catching a 22 on chub, but if these trout, they'll probably bounce out of a 22. There's another fish right down the bottom there. It's amazing how far down those fish are, considering. Just lost him again. That one did snap my hook. Let's tie a hook of our own. Right, so we've got some 3.3 pound sup Pelex, which is a bit lighter than. Oh, made a bad job of that. Bit lighter than what I was using before, but they were shop bought hooks. And I think I've been playing about with these new hooks. Drennin Barbless Maggot Plus. Oh, these are barbless. I don't really want barbless. Did I buy Microbarb Maggot Plus? That's a 20. Barbless Maggot Plus 16. Oh, blow. I thought I bought some 18s. Barbed 18. I'd rather use a barb than a barbless, especially with these trout and grayling swimming about and wiggling. So yeah, I haven't used these that much, these hooks, so we shall see. Give it a go. That was quite handy, that one. I don't know what this is. Probably a trout. I don't know actually. Anyway, oh, it's going mental. It's got to be a trout. I decided I was feeding a bit too far over there, just almost beyond that bush, and I was thinking the fish will never come out of there if I just keep feeding there. So I've just been, the last 3 or 4 pouches, been dropping it a bit short and trying to make sure they come out a bit. But yeah, it is another trout. I don't know what this is, but oh, it's come off. Shit. I just bullied the crap out of that. I once again hooked it where I shouldn't, literally right down there, and just reeled like crazy. And I thought I was getting it in, and then the hook came out. Felt like a chub. God, I don't know what's going on here. Getting myself in a right muddle here. Oh, what a mess. Absolute calamity there is that one. I stupidly let the float trot down just a foot too far where it's hard to get a fish back from, and then some line got caught around the tip, and the bail arm didn't click over, and then the fish came off. So it's all a bit of drama. All a bit of a drama. I've been having an ongoing debate with various people this weekend about centerpins and fixed spool reels, and I've been sort of fixed spool reels, but that problem, that was a bad one, that problem of the bail arm clicking over is not a problem with a centerpin, because obviously you can hold it and then you're on, but a lot of the time when you're just clicking over to connect with the fish, you can lose fish. It's annoying. But there's absolutely no way I could fish this swim with a centerpin, because that is a big cast, and you just wouldn't get it with a centerpin. Whereas with a fixed spool, I can reach it every time. They've all got their pros and cons. Classic example, I did say to one of the other fishermen today to come in this swim, and I said, oh, there's loads of chub on the far bank, and I have had a chub, not loads, but I have had a chub out of this swim and a couple of grayling, but he couldn't fish it because he had a centerpin. He just couldn't cast that far. And obviously when you're tight on the centerpin all the time, the float is... Oh, there's a fish right under that bush. Oh. Might have been a bit of weed, just got a bit of weed. Yeah, where you're tight on a centerpin all the time, the float is constantly pulling back round, which is all right. That helps you be nice and tight on the fish, but it's not going to help you fish a line. If they're under a bush over the far side, you want it to run freely and not be pulled back. Right, let's go under that bush again. It's right under that bush. Oh, that looks nice down there. Didn't go under though. There's the minnow spot. Right, don't let it go down too far this time, Paul. It's hard. That is definitely enough. There's a couple of concrete pillars in the middle of the river there. I don't know what they're for, but if I hook a trout and he goes down there, I'm curtains. Yeah, being really careful not to fire them maggots too far. I want to keep them this side, because no doubt there's some fish in that slack over there. And if I keep feeding them over there, they'll stay in there. I won't catch them. Got us a fish. know whether I'll land it. Looks like a grayling. They go so far down and the flow's so strong. Yeah, it is a grayling. Yes. I'm going to let that chub go and land this grayling. Hopefully. Oh, come on. Oh, please, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. I don't know why I bother trying to pose with those bloody things. Anyway, that was the best grayling of the day. I hope you enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed catching grayling and all their wiggly wonders. They are a very annoying fish. And as I say, credit to anybody who's ever posed with one. I know I keep labouring the point, but I don't know how they do it. I think they must drug the bloody things. I cannot suss how to do it. Anyway, I'm going to go down to the free stretch down below and see if I can catch me a roach like this.